more than that, he was in dairy production, ran a dairy for several years before he went to school. And so when he talks to you, he's not about animal health. He's not talking to you from theory. He's talking to you from doing a lot of it. And when you ask him a question, he'll give you a straight answer. So I appreciate that about Dr. Strickland. And with that, I'll turn it over to you, Doc.
All right. Thank you, Justin. Some of you folks, I bet, know Joanna. Just from what I gathered when she stepped up to the mic, I bet if you gave her a big slug of caffeine, she could thread a sewing machine while it's running. Okay? That's just what I gathered from her right there. So I like to walk around the room a little bit, so I'll come to see you just a little bit. So you folks thought you sitting on the back row was getting away from stuff. I come to see you. You just ask my vet students. I'll come to see you. I like to walk around the room. All right, now, first thing I want to go over, and this is not one of those the sky's falling. I just want y'all to be ready. I want you to be prepared. I want it on your mind. All right. Asian longhorn tick, a new pest, and I've got this here because Dr. Trout Frixell, and I'm giving her the credit for this presentation right here. She gave me all this information that we're going to go over today, but it's not just for Tennessee, it's for a lot of folks. So kind of looking at this right here, joint announcement, it came out in May of 19 and then October of 19, just where we're finding these ticks in additional counties right here. And this is the longhorn tick right here. And I've got some more pictures here that we're going to look at here in just a second as far as, well, here it is right here. Next slide. This is the tick right here. This is the Asian longhorn tick up here at the top. Just kind of a top side and a bottom side view. And this is your typical brown dog tick right here. This is one that you might pick up if you're walking through the woods, that kind of thing. The Asian longhorn tick is circled there on the opposite side there. Notice that tick. He looks like a bulldog, been chasing parked cars, all right? He's got kind of a snub nose. He looks a little bit different. And I've got some more pictures here too. This kind of helps you real quick. Notice how snub-nosed that he looks. We've got several different ticks here. This is kind of your typical tick. Oh, that's awesome right there. Thank you. This is your typical tick right here that you might see around your brown dog ticks. Other ticks right here has got that long snout. But notice right here, this is the Asian longhorn tick up here in the upper corner. Notice he's kind of got some wings coming off his snout. His snout looks a little bit shorter. So that's going to kind of let you know real quick, yeah, this is a different looking tick. Also, it says no eyes or anal groove ring. Of course, you're going to have a magnifying glass to find that. But just to kind of let you know, that's what that tick looks like. And then some other features there. Once again, and you can see how magnified that is. You're going to have magnifying glass, that kind of thing, to really be able to tell what this tick looks like. But here's what I'm really going to recommend you do. If you find a tick, report it. I don't care what kind of tick it is. That's what Dr. Trout Frixell wants Tennessee producers to do, to submit this tick. She doesn't care what kind of tick it is, just so we can keep up with that type thing. And I'm sure, you may have to help me here, and I'm looking around, Joanna or Jeff or anybody, is there a veterinary entomologist that's interested in this tick in Kentucky or other areas? Nobody cares in Kentucky. Contact a local extension agent. Awesome. Awesome. That is perfect. That is the extension answer, right? Somebody will call me up. All right, usually the extension answer is, and I got a couple of extension agents in here. It depends, right? That's our extension answer. Well, let's back up just a little bit further. See, I got that veterinary extension agent in front of my name, and the first question I'm always going to say is, well, did you do a necropsy? That's the first thing I'm going to ask. My cow died, Doc. What's wrong? Well, did you do a necropsy? Well, no. Okay, let's move on. All right, several places that it's been found. Notice right here, Virginia, 30 counties, West Virginia, 17 counties. And you can kind of see them highlighted right here where they are. See how down into Tennessee, we do have one in East Kentucky there, kind of one way out west in Arkansas. So this tick is moving into the area. Now, I know you may be going, it's a long ways away from me. I live here in central Kentucky. It's a long way from me. Okay, somebody help me here. Who lives in central Kentucky? Come on, help me out. All right, I got one hand right here. Let's just say, sir, you buy some stocker calves from right down here in East Tennessee. How long would it take you to get back here to Kentucky? About 3 hours. Let's just say 4 with a trailer. With 4 hours, it could be here in central Kentucky. That's what I want y'all to pay attention to. Don't be going, oh, it's way over yonder, I ain't got to worry about it. You easily can buy calves, buy cattle. They're on the trailer, they're ready to rock and roll, and now they're in central Kentucky. Because that's exactly what happened to a producer in Roane County. And I don't know my counties enough there, but Roane's about right there. Bought some cattle, brought them back to his house, opened the trailer door, and kicked them in the butt. Y'all are out. Guess what's on his farm now? Hey, listen, y'all. Hold on. I work with vet students every day, all right? And animal science students. I ask them a question. Guess what they do? They stare back at me. Guess what I've learned to do? Stare back at them. I can be quiet long as y'all can. Come on. Guess what's on his farm now? Man, you guys are awesome. That's awesome. I love it. War Eagle. Man, that's awesome. You jumped on it. Exactly. Asian LongHorn Ticks all over his farm now. And guess what else? And I think I got a slide on this one. It might even be the next slide. No. Let's back up just real quick. Kind of just showing some other areas here in Tennessee. And notice there, that ain't very far from Kentucky, is it? Right there. Where it's been found, several different species have been found. Here lately, it hadn't even been found on humans, but notice now, it's been found on humans now. We don't know if it's passing disease to humans or not, but it's passing disease to these other animals. There's multiple diseases that this tick can carry. And guess what else? Guess what else? And I guess you could look at this as in, guys, we can blame the ladies for something. And ladies, you might could go, I don't need no man. This lady don't need no man. All she needs is a blood meal, and she can lay 2,000 eggs. Like I was saying, that dude had ticks on his farm, also 3 dead cows. How much money did he just lose? Y'all help me out. How much money did you lose? A lot. All I got to do is say a lot. A bunch. It's easy. I'm from Auburn. I ain't that good at math. All you got to do is say a bunch, and I understand what you're talking about. He's lost a bunch. Right here, notice that's in 2018, 5 cattle. That one producer lost 3. One producer lost 3 cows. And also this tick has been known to literally exsanguinate a calf. I'm talking this is vampire stuff, y'all. Exsanguinate a calf, all the blood out of this calf. So many ticks were on that calf. So, something we need to really keep in mind. Here's something that's a little bit different about this tick. Most ticks you think about, I'm going to go hiking out here in the woods. I'm going to pick up a tick. Based upon what's been found in New Zealand, Australia, they've had a lot of problems with this tick. Way before us. I mean, we just now have gotten this tick. They've had it for several years. Based upon what they're finding, this tick likes to go out in the pasture a little bit more. This tick likes to venture out. This tick doesn't hang out in the woods quite as much as your normal brown dog tick or something like that. Also, something else this tick does. Well, kind of like us, it likes a nice warm environment. Gets warm, feels pretty good outside. What do you want to do, sir? What do you want to do when it's warm outside? I want to go outside and do some kind of work. Do you want to go outside today? No, that's why you're here at this conference. It's nasty outside. I ain't got nothing else I can do. I want to go outside when it's warm. I want to go outside and do stuff, as Tick does too. He wants to show, or she wants to show up. This is something that I do with my vet students. If they ever check their phones in the middle of lecture, it's called an ice cream offense. You have to buy everybody ice cream. I like Rocky Road. Okay? This tick likes to get outside, and something else this tick likes to do. It likes to get on the tall grass. Y'all remember that picture I showed you a while ago? That tick's got them long arms. Likes to go out there, get on that tall grass, and then spreads its arms out, waiting on something to walk by it, and then it grabs it. It hangs on. Ain't got the Mongolian death grip. It hangs on and gets on that animal. So, something a little bit different about that tick. Also, this tick, notice here, well, there's those long arms that I was talking about and those hooks. Notice here, it doesn't take long for this tick to make it to adulthood. Not very long. So, it can become that adult and then egg to adult in 6 months. 6 months. Now it's laying more eggs. Now it's laying more eggs. So, paying attention to those animals you bring on your farm. Now, you've probably all heard about the tick, and especially the county agents that I know are in this auditorium. They're probably just tired of hearing about this tick because we've been talking about this tick a bunch. But here's what I hadn't talked about, y'all. Here's something else that's new. Since I've been out of vet school, about 20-something years. I've only heard about 3 new diseases. Here we go. Here's a new disease. Here's something new we don't know how to deal with yet, y'all. That's why I want you to have this on your back burner. Filaria orientalis, IKEA genotype. There's different genotypes that don't cause problem, but this is the one that's causing the problem. This is the one that's causing disease. This is the one that's getting on those cows, that's biting them. They're dead. They're dead because this new disease, they ain't never seen it before. It'll knock them down pretty hard. It is a tick-borne in other words, it's a red blood cell parasite. And it's kind of hard to see. You may not be able to really tell it. This is a red blood cell here. See that black dot there in the middle of it? Another one black dot there. I pointed out over here. I hate it when there's 2 screens. I got to walk back and forth. See that red blood cell? It's got a black dot in the middle of it. The immune system says that's a foreign body. And the immune system goes, okay, that's foreign body. I got to get rid of it. What happens when you get rid of your red blood cells? You get anemic. You get weak. You get listless. Some of the common locations that it likes to show up on the animal is around the tail head, around the ears, between the hind limbs. On cows, they mostly have found them around the udder. Of course, on those steers that you're going to be finding, just take a wild guess where you might find them. Take a wild guess. Yeah, they're privates. Just go ahead and say around their scrotum, around their back legs, around their armpits. It's where that tick likes to gather. So if you buy that group of bull calves, most likely what are you going to do with those bull calves? I'm going to cut them. So guess what's a good thing to do while you're cutting that calf? Look for ticks. I knew you guys are sharp. I knew you were. Look for those ticks. Check them out. Don't just open the trailer door, kick them in the butt. Check them out first. And this is just some of the clinical signs that you might see with that, the chronic anemia. They're going to be weak. They're going to be depressed. Because those red blood cells are being removed, red blood cells carry hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is good for oxygen, carrying oxygen through the blood, through to your other system. So if that hemoglobin's going away, guess where it goes? Usually if I ask y'all a question, the answer's on the board. Guess where that hemoglobin goes? In the urine. It goes out south end. So you may see an animal that has red urine or kind of brown looking urine because it's going away. This is actually very, very similar to another disease that we see, anaplasmosis. And I guarantee you've heard about anaplasm, right? Awesome. Awesome. I like it. Yes, sir. You answered. I saw heads doing this. That's great. I like it. Very, very similar to anaplasmosis. Now, here's what we know about anaplasm. Okay? Anaplasm tends to cause a very mild form of the disease in young animals. But we don't know on this one yet. We don't know. Like I said, those other calves, they died pretty quick. It's brand new. They ain't seen this stuff before, y'all, so we don't know just yet what this is going to do with these calves. So you might see sudden death like I've already talked about. Okay? Treatment, vaccines. There it is. You're right. Nothing. You are right. Maybe I'll just let you talk. He knows the answers. Nothing. There ain't nothing yet, y'all. We don't know. Brand new. Something we hadn't dealt with before. I will tell you this, in Australia, Western Australia, don't even ask me to say that name. I don't even know what that is. It's an anti-protozoal drug. This has been tried with not very much success. Plus, I can't even say that name. Do y'all think we've even got that drug here in the United States? No, we ain't got it, and probably it's not approved. I guarantee it's not approved because I can't even say it. Not approved for use, so we ain't got no treatment. This is what is recommended, and of course this is kind of the same type thing that's recommended in anaplasm cases, anaplasmosis cases. Low stress, you stress that animal out, they may die in their tracks. Also, something else that you may see, because it's so similar to anaplasm, you may see, because of that hypoxia, the oxygen flow is not going to the brain, you may have that animal that's hunting human rectums. You know what I'm saying? They're aggressive. They're going to be after you. That's the one, if you stress, they're going to fall dead in their tracks. So, low stress, supportive therapy. Oh, that may be Banamine. Blood transfusions. I used to say on valuable animals, but God, blood transfusion doesn't cost that much. And I realize you kind of bottom line on these steers, that's not going to be, that much, but I'm kind of talking more like cows. And there's not any vaccines yet. No vaccines yet. Not even over in Australia and New Zealand where it's really eating their lunch up yet. No vaccines yet. So, from what I'm telling you there, what do you think is your best line of defense? Control. The best offense is good defense, right? That's the way I look at it. Right here. Let's prevent it. Let's prevent it. Monitor. Looking for those ticks when you're buying those animals. When they're coming on, I know you're going to run them through a chute, you're going to do something. Take time to check them out. Look in between those areas that I talked about, especially if you're castrating. Every time that animal's in a chute, acaricides, your insecticides, preventative. When you're traveling with those animals, put that acaricide on there. Also, reduce wildlife access. I know that's tough. Hey, sound like a good chance to go deer hunting, right? That's what I'm thinking. Possums, coyotes. Pasture management, mowing that grass. Where did I say that tick likes to hang out? Tall grass. Clipping grass. Clipping grass. So, if they don't have an area where they can climb up to and wait, they're not going to be able to hang on or get access quite as much. Also, any product that's labeled for tick control or permethrins, the organophosphates, those type things. Now, just from the articles that I've been reading coming out of Australia, their thought process is The pour-on ivermectins may help. Did I notice I said may help? I didn't say will. I said may help. May help. So that's kind of their thought process. And once again, I know y'all got a bottom line. I know you got a bottom line. Please don't use a generic dewormer, okay? A generic pour-on. Y'all know why they're cheaper? Ain't no count. They don't work. They don't work. Plus they cause resistance in internal parasites. So, and notice I ain't got no drug company name up here paying me to say that. That's from personal experience and looking at research articles. Don't use those generic pour-ons. And then pasture management, those kind of things, those type deals, okay? Any questions on the Asian longhorn tick or the theileriosis before we move on? No, sorry, had one more slide. I thought that was my last. Let's quarantine those new additions. I know y'all all quarantine new stuff, right? You put them up. This is yes. This is yes. Y'all all awesome. I like it. Quarantine them. Inspect them for ticks. You've got this in your proceedings. Please do not throw them in the trash can on the way out the door. Take time to look at that. That will help you kind of understand this tick, what to do. Dr. Trout Frixel may not even care if you send them to her, even if you're from out of state somewhere. It may be fine with her. She does that kind of work. That's what her gig is. And she's not trying to get in your business. She's just trying to help everybody and understand the prevalence and the movement of where this tick is going. Okay, now any questions on the Asian longhorn tick?
If you're working on Anaplasmosis, you got it and you're dealing with it. Well, I know CTC don't have a label for this. Will CTC help this if you're already fighting Anaplasmosis?
We don't know. We do not know. Notice I said that's what Australia's been trying, is that particular medication that's not working very well for them. We don't know if CTC is going to do very well for us. We don't know. And another one, since you brought it up real quick, we're actually finding some strains that are resistant to CTC, some strains of anaplasmosis. Yes, sir. We've got a little project. We're going to start looking at some of this. Texas, and maybe even moving into Tennessee. Resistant strains to CTC. Yes, sir. We're going to be doing a little project we're going to be looking at over the next couple of years. Hopefully we'll have some information on that soon. Yes, sir.
Calling back to Anaplasmosis, if you've had an issue, you've had that issue for 2 or 3 years, when can you actually start backing out and say my cows have built a small resistance?
Okay. The question was, if he's dealing with anaplasmosis on his farm, I apologize, I should have repeated all. I'll try to remember that on the next one. If he's dealing with CTC on the farm and he's kind of going, okay, at what point can I go, okay, I've got some resistance in my cows? Okay, you mean, okay, here we go. We need to define the resistance you're talking about. My cows are resistant to the disease, not the disease is resistant to what I'm trying to do. Is that what you're saying? Okay, here we go. I see what you're saying now. So he's going, at what point in time can I go, I'm starting to see some resistance to the disease in my cattle. Over what time? Here's what areas like Texas, Oklahoma that's eat up with it, here's what they'll do. They'll let younger stock get exposed to it early on. Because remember what I said a while ago, younger stock have a milder form of the disease. Exactly. Basically a natural vaccination is what it is. And so over time, if they see it again later in life, they go, huh, what is that? Is that all you got? I've seen that before. I've got a resistance built. We should say immunity. Immunity. We've got immunity built up to that disease. Here's the problem. It's the naive animal that's never seen it before, that it flat out knocks them in the dirt. They die. That's why I'm worried about this disease right here. We got animals that ain't never seen this before. They're going to die. That's what's happening in Virginia and West Virginia, those animals dying. But you're correct. Over time, if those younger animals are getting exposed to anaplasmosis, they are building up immunity, they'll fight it off down the road. I saw a hand here. Okay. Okay, he's asking, is this the only, Southeast, the only place we're seeing this tick? Right now, yes. This is the only place we've seen this tick. I don't want to go back to the map. New Jersey's where it came in, of all places. New Jersey. If you've ever been to New Jersey, you can understand. New Jersey's where it came in. How it came in, I don't know. Did it come in on a carrier animal? Did it come in on a rat? Did it come in on a cow? Did it come, a bird? A migratory bird? We don't know. We don't know. That was reported back in 17, I believe, is when it came in New Jersey. And now it's kind of doing this number. Any other questions?
With the supportive care that you recommend for the disorder, do the animals get over it, or do they just, we don't cure it?
Okay, great question. He said, with the animals that get infected, do we cure it? I don't know on this disease yet. We don't know. Everything that I've read out of Australia says they become persistently infected carriers. Same with anaplasmosis. They become persistently infected carriers. They carry it through life. So if you've got that animal on your farm, maybe that's a good reason to test and find out. If you've got that animal on your farm, now you've got a resource on your farm to continue spreading the disease. And this disease, it'll be just like anaplasmosis. Any kind of blood share between them can actually spread the disease. So what's an awfully easy way of blood transfer on a farm? I hear y'all saying the 8-legged type of insect. But what about the 2-legged type of insect? Needles, man, somebody finally said it. Needles. How many of y'all change needles every shot? I got a couple. Amen. Amen, brother. Change needles every shot. Got another one. Change needles. I know y'all are already looking at me like I got 3 heads anyway, so I don't care. I don't care. Change needles every shot. All right. Just real quick. Real quick. 18 by 1 needle. What's it cost you? Ooh, I want to sell you some needles. Okay? Still, let's go with 17 cents. 17 cents. Dead calf, or down calf. What can you do with that down calf? What can you do with a down calf? Bury it. How many needles can I buy with what's laying on the ground? Change those needles out. It don't take but a second. Doesn't cost you that much money. Okay, I'll get off my soapbox. Any other questions on the tick before we move on? I'm trying to watch my time here, Dr. Reinhardt. Getting tight. He knows me. He knows I'll talk for 2 hours if you let me do it. Any other questions on the tick before we move on? Okay, spraying the pasture probably won't do that much good. I need to treat my animal. Yeah, treat the animal. Yes, sir. Test for the disease is just like anaplasmosis. They'll do a blood smear. Look at those red blood cells. A PCR has not been developed yet. There's PCR for anaplasmosis, but I'm sure coming down the road, PCR will be developed for this disease. Something the vet will have to send it off. We'll have to send it off. Okay, some of the incubation periods can be anywhere from 2 weeks to a month, or it can be even faster. Can be even faster. So that's why I just want you to check your animals out when you buy them. Make sure. Sir?
Do all animals die, or once they're infected?
Okay, not all of them die. Not all of them die. Some will die. Some will go on to be that persistently infected carrier. Okay, number next. Okay. Okay. I do not know what part of the county it was in. I just know it was found in that county. What you need to do is just get in contact with your county agent if you have any questions or if you have any concerns about that tick being on your animals, or if you find that tick. I will say this, that those of you that do live in Tennessee, if you find a tick, get in contact with your county agent. That county agent will help you get that tick submitted to Dr. Trout-Frixell. Okay, next. Y'all remember this, and probably a lot of y'all are already doing this. This is the Veterinary Feed Directive, where the over-the-counter feed additives, where you have to have a script to get that. And of course, that kicked into gear January 1 of 2017. And if any of you are here from Tennessee and you heard me talking in Master Beef, I said, guess what's next in the FDA's crosshairs? Right here. And you've got this in your proceedings there. Once again, please do not throw this away. Go home and read this. Read it. And if you're one that just likes to do online stuff, there is the web address where you can go to and read this announcement online. I'm going to speed up because I'm going to run out of time. Phase 1 actions, 2019 to 2021. All medications that lack a defined duration of treatment are going to be labeled as such. All medications will then have a targeted duration of use. Then, right here, implement final strategy that all doses of any sort of antibiotic will be under the oversight of a veterinarian. So in other words, you will need a script from a veterinarian to get LA200, 300s, penicillins, Tylenol, sulfoboluses, anybody that might be using any kind of intramammary on dairy cattle. Any sort of antibiotic will come under veterinary oversight. You'll need a script to get it. We had a foreign exchange student from Australia come visit with us for about a month, UT, and Dr. Reinhardt and I took her to a co-op. It blew her mind. She couldn't comprehend that because everything over there is script. Everything. Even a pour-on fly control is script. Everything. So it just blew her mind that you could just walk in the store and pick it up, pay for it, and walk out. So this will now, through this time period, this is what's listed. Of course, you can read it in your little chart there. This is what's listed by 2021 it's going to happen. I would imagine it probably may take a little longer. You know how sometimes government is not quite that fast. But it'll take just a little bit, probably take a little bit longer for that to happen. So what I want you to do is get that VCPR established. Most of you probably already do. You've got a veterinarian coming out. They're making clinical judgments on the farm. You're working together. And they've seen your animals or been on your farm at least once in the past year. Okay? I've had that question asked, Doc, have I got to call my vet just to give a treatment, just to give a shot? No. No. I recommend it. Get another clinical judgment there, another set of eyes on it, and you're thinking about it. What do I need to do? What shot do I need to give? What antibiotic do I need to use? That'd be great, but no, you don't have to. You don't have to. So, any questions or discussion on that? On our FDA regulations?
Got time for another question for Dr. Strickland. Dr. Yates, another question for Dr. Strickland.
All right, thank you.